4th of July 2024, UK will be witnessing its general elections. In today's video, I will be discussing Mr. Rishi Sunak's chart. What do the stars have in store for him? He was born on 12th of May 1980. You can see his chart. He has Cancer Lagna as the rising ascendant. Now I'll be discussing with you that what are the combinations in his chart. He has some extraordinary powerful combinations which makes him the member of parliament and finally the prime minister at a pretty young age. So see, he has Cancer Lagna. Moon becomes the Lagna lord, the lord of the ascendant. And Moon, being the Lagna lord, is placed in the 9th house. Now the connection between the Lagna and the 9th house, that is the Kendra and the Trikon, is an extremely potent and powerful combination, because 9th house is the house for luck. Now the second more powerful combination in his chart is that involving the Sun. Sun in astrology we associate with power, with government, with authority. Now in his horoscope, if you see, Sun is exalted, that too in the 10th house. Sun placed in the 10th house becomes Digbali. Digbali means a planet has got immense strength. Now Sun, which is as it is the planet associated with power and government, gets Digbali, also gets exalted. This is what is making him the Prime Minister of the country. This is an extremely potent and extremely powerful Raj Yoga. Now sitting from the 10th, it is aspecting the 4th house. The 4th house represents the parliament. So this entire combination confirms his position as the head of the country. Now the third most important combination is an exchange between the 10th lord and the 2nd lord, which is Sun and Mars. Mars is the 10th lord. 10th house is the house in any chart which talks about the profession of a person. Now if you have to check the level or the extent of success in a person's professional career, you need to check the position of the 10th house. Now see, these two powerful combinations, one the Sun getting exalted, Sun being Digbali, and Sun being a part of an exchange with Mars, is involving the 10th house. So there are three extremely powerful combinations involving the 10th house and which is giving him a rise in the career. Apart from that, certainly the dashas play a very important role. He became the member of parliament in 2015 when he was experiencing the Moon Dasha, followed by being the Prime Minister. That time also he was running the Moon Dasha, which I said is in the 9th house, the house of luck. So luck was always favoring him. But what will happen now? What do the stars say now? So see, to give prediction about a current situation, what is most important is the role of the Dasha. Now he is running the Dasha of Mars. Mars, Rahu and Jupiter is the current Dasha that he is running. From 1st of July till 30th of August 2024 will be the Saturn Pratyantar Dasha. Now a Pratyantar Dasha has a shorter time frame, and to see an immediate event we need to follow the Pratyantar Dasha. How is the Pratyantar Dasha Lord placed? What is the position of the Pratyantar Dasha Lord? Now here in his case it is Saturn. So in the Lagna Kundli, Saturn happens to be the 8th Lord. For Cancer Lagna, Saturn is the 7th and the 8th Lord. Placed in the 2nd house but aspecting the 8th Lord. Now 8th house is the house of suddenness, 8th house is the house of conspiracy, cheating, also losses. Let us look at the Navansh Kundli. In Navansha, his Capricorn is the rising Lagna. Again Saturn becomes the Lagna Lord there. But Saturn is placed in the 12th house with Sun, who is the 8th Lord of Navansha. So the 8th lord and the Lagna lord are making a connection in the Navansha Kundli as well. Then comes the Shamsha Kundli. The Shamsha is the chart we call as D10, which we specifically see for the professional growth or to check how the time or the planets are placed in the Shamsha and what will be the result as far as the career is concerned. So in the Dashamsha Kundli, his Saturn debilitates in the 7th house. So if you see the position of the Pratantar Dashana, that is Saturn in the Lagna Kundli, the Navansh Kundli and the Dashamsha Kundli, it is not improving, rather it is not in a good position. So this doesn't indicates the results of the elections coming in his favor. See, I don't know what the political scenario is, what is the chart of the opposition party saying. I don't even have the details. I have his details. So my, calculations and my prediction are totally based on what his planets and what his charts are saying. There is another very important principle of transit that, we can apply in his chart right now. Saturn is getting retrograde on 30th of June 2024. It is getting retrograded at 25 degrees and 13 minutes. If you see Mr. Sunak's chart, his Saturn is also retrograde and it is at 26 degrees. There is a very important principle of transit which if you see applies very aptly in Mr. Sunak's chart. Saturn, which is his Pratantar Dashanath, and we've been discussing Saturn extensively. Saturn is getting retrograde on 30th of June 2024. It is getting retrograde at 25 degrees and 13 minutes. If you see in Mr. Sunak's chart, Saturn is retrograde and it is at 26 degrees and 47 minutes. Now there's a very important principle of prediction which links with transit, that whenever a planet gets retrograde, please check the degree at which it gets retrograde. And if that degree is closer to the degree of the natal planet that you have, then you're bound to get results related to which houses it is governing. Gets little technical, I'll just explain you. So see, in his case, as I said, the degree thing, I hope you got it. That, retrograde, Saturn is retrograding at 25 degrees and his degrees in his chart is 26 degrees. So therefore, that connection of Saturn becomes very strong. And Saturn here is the 8th lord. So the results of the 8th house will emerge very strongly in front of him. Now, as I said, 8th house is not a good house. It is the house of suddenness. It is the house of change. It is the house of loss. So, considering the present scenario, considering applying the dasha, the transit, things don't look very good for Mr. Sunak. But as we discuss the powerful Raj Yogas which his chart has and the dasha he is running, which is of Mars and which is going to continue till 2030. So what looks like what the future also holds in store for him is, he's going to be around, he's going to play an important role as far as the political condition or the politics of UK is concerned. So this was my analysis. I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much.